getting ahead, aka divide and conquer. As long as we believe we are separate, we will continue to compete, and we will remain alone against those who wish to enslave us. It is happening. Nicholas Grachnanin, for commerce to work, it states, there must be a debtor and a creditor. An account is created to keep track of the debts and credits. In commerce, the only way one can win is to have more debtors than creditors. This is done by starting a business. We then sell to others our time and talent. The more people you find with needs, the more debtors you have. The problem with this system is that we are forced to be in competition with others who are offering the same time and talent. In order for one to win, the other must lose. The more people I put out of business, the better I can support my family. We make our brother a debtor to us by working for the love of money instead of the love of service, and giving our time and talent in love. When we keep accounts, we owes whom we keep a record of wrongs. Also, to win in commerce, we must destroy the competition. Nothing personal, it's just business. Not only are we entertaining the elite, but also they live off our energy, which is translated into the tax we pay for our licenses, which allows us to work. A vicious cycle, which is a lose-lose for us, as our time, talent, energy, and spirituality is wasted and misdirected. Much better to receive everything you need by exchange and then give whatever it is you do from love. Each progressive spirit is opposed by 1,000 mediocre minds appointed to guard the past. Morris Maeterlinck. And Samuel Adams says, it does not require a majority to prevail, but rather an irate, tireless minority keen to set brush fires in people's minds. H.D. Thoreau states, there are 1,000 hacking at the branches of evil to one who is striking at the root. Commerce has to do with the buying and selling of goods, having profit as the chief aim, which means gain. Gain profit is not a matter of mere exchange, but includes the idea of increase, usually at someone else's expense. What is communism but state-owned, controlled everything? The state now owns the securities of your body, your house, your automobile, your marriage, your children, your property. So don't pretend we don't live under communism. We do. We've just been tricked into thinking otherwise, because it has been disguised precisely by the way Khrushchev declared, we'll get you with our bombs in a way you'll never realize. They will destroy us from the inside, not a shot will be fired. We're currently battling with an invisible enemy, namely coronavirus, Covid-19, a global pandemic. No shots were fired. Not a shot will be fired. And the powers that be have the capability to destroy many from the inside. Where we've seen in Europe, the highest cases of Covid-19 is in the United Kingdom, much more than Italy and Spain. with the record amount of the COVID-19 pandemic in the United States of America? Like he says, they will destroy them from inside, not a shot will be fired. It says, Khrushchev says, we'll get you without bombs. In a way that you'll never realize. Without the nuclear firearms. If we were working too hard for too many hours a day away from our loved ones, where in keeping with our true natures, we would not be feeling distress, restless, anxious. It is the conflict which causes our angst. We have innate knowledge that the higher consciousness did not intend for us to be anything but joyous or doing anything which does not bring us joy. Nightmare. What constitutes a nightmare in this old crisis, in this old situation? What is the nightmare? How is it that both the good guys and the bad guys think that God is on their side? The PTB, the powers that be, keep us in anger and fear. This is how they survive, on our low vibratory energy. They need us for everything. They need our psychological low negative energy, and they need our commercial energy. If we just agree not to play, they cannot survive. They are the projected ego mind. When we don't tolerate our ego's negative chatter, it goes away. We need to stop giving these thugs our energy because they love it. We need to focus higher. We must keep our psychic energy high. We must be light workers. Negative circumstances will fail to survive when we refuse to sustain them with emotional energy. Today, the struggle or the stranglehold, now this is David Icke in its Veil of Tears. It says, today, the strange hold of the controlling negative forces upon earth is extremely advanced and is choking the very life from our planet. These effects, and the effects of which of these are evident everywhere in the form of fear, separation, war, Covid-19 disease. That Covid-19 has just been added to this David Icke's Veil of Tears. And multifarious kinds of disharmony on all levels. Where we stay at home, we don't meet with our family and friends, our relatives, our loved ones. Which may potentially cause the kinds of disharmony on all levels. Remember the word of the chief white supremacists. I've come to this world to destroy everything and relationships and mother and children's destructions of relationships. Why is that? Why do relationships need to be destroyed as a result of staying at home, not going to visit family and friends? Trying to change those who govern us is a waste of time and energy. The government doesn't exist. It is a facetious entity, so the only entities attempting to govern us are simply living souls, private entities just as we are. They are not the government.